In 2025, U.S. businesses paid $198.25 billion in card swipe fees, and almost none of them told you every time you tap your credit card you might get points, cash back, maybe airline miles. It feels like the bank is just giving you free money. So here's the question nobody stops to ask. If they're paying you to use the card, how are they the ones making billions? Somebody is paying for your rewards. Today we follow the money with the actual numbers from the Federal Reserve and the CFPB. On screen, let's break it. First, clear up one thing almost everyone mixes up. There are two different companies behind your card. The network, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover. That's the road the money travels on. And the issuer, Chase, Capital One, your bank. That's who actually gave you the card and lends you the money. When people ask how credit card companies get rich, they're really asking about the issuers. And issuers make money in three ways. Every single one of them is worth understanding, because two of the three you're paying even if you never carry a balance. Pillar one is the one you never see, Interchange. Every time you swipe, the merchant's bank pays a small fee to your bank. On a typical credit card purchase, that's around 1.9%. Doesn't sound like much, but watch what happens at scale. The average Visa and MasterCard credit rate has actually climbed from about 2.0% in 2010 to 2.36% in 2025. Now multiply a roughly 2% cut across trillions of dollars of spending, and you get that $198 billion number from the intro. Here's the part that flips how you think about rewards. That interchange money is where your cash back comes from. Researchers at the National Bureau of Economic Research put it bluntly. Most of that swipe fee funds the rewards cardholders receive. So the 2% cashback on your fancy card, it's largely recycled interchange. Which raises an uncomfortable point. Premium rewards cards charge merchants the highest interchange. And merchants don't just eat that, they bake it into their prices. For everyone. Meaning people paying with cash or a basic debit card are quietly helping fund the rewards of people with platinum cards. That's pillar one, and notice you didn't pay a cent in fees for that. The bank still made money. Now it gets bigger, because pillar two is where the real money is, and it's the one they're quietly hoping you'll trigger. Pillar two, interest. When you don't pay your balance in full, the issuer charges you interest on what's left, and credit card interest is brutal. In 2024, the average APR on general-purpose cards hit 25.2%, the highest the CFPB has recorded since 2015. To see why that's so profitable, meet Jane. She's got a $1,000 balance at about 22%, paying only the $30 minimum each month. If Jane only ever pays the minimum, it takes her 53 months, more than 4 years, to clear $1,000. And she pays over $570 in interest on top. That $570 is almost pure profit for the issuer. Now scale Jane up. Total U.S. credit card balances passed $1.2 trillion in 2024, and more than half of cardholders carry a balance from month to month. Here's the number that shows where issuers really earn. Of roughly $130 billion consumers paid credit card companies in 1 year, over $105 billion of it came from interest alone. That's the whole game. Interchange is steady and invisible, but interest is the jackpot, and it only pays out when you carry a balance, which is exactly why the system is designed to gently encourage that. Minimum payments are set low. Credit limits get raised right when you're maxed out. It's not an accident. And there's a quiet twist most people miss. For customers who pay in full every month, the industry calls them transactors. The issuer can actually lose a little money once you subtract rewards and costs. The whole rewards machine only turns a profit when enough people slip into carrying a balance. Pillar 3. Fees. Individually small, collectively huge. Start with the annual fee. Among the largest issuers, cards with an annual fee average about $157 a year. And premium cards run far higher. You pay that whether you use the card once or 100 times. Then late fees. And here's a 2026 relevant detail. For years, a federal rule capped most late fees at $8. In April 2025, a court struck that cap down. and many issuers pushed late fees right back up to around $40. Then the ones that hide in the fine print, balance transfer fees, typically 3 to 5% of whatever you move. Cash advance fees, plus a higher interest rate that starts the moment you take the cash, with no grace period, and foreign transaction fees on anything you buy abroad. None of these are the headline, that's the point. They're the quiet, steady drip on top of the two big pillars. So, 3 pillars: interchange, paid by merchants and baked into prices, which quietly funds your rewards; interest, the jackpot, which only pays out when you carry a balance; and fees, the steady drip. Put it together and the design becomes obvious. The rewards aren't a gift. They're bait for the one behavior that makes the system enormously profitable: carrying a balance. Which means the move is simple, even if it isn't always easy. If you can pay in full every month, you flip the model. You collect interchange-funded rewards and hand the issuer almost nothing. You become the customer they don't make money on. That's the goal. If this made the fine print a little less invisible, that's the whole mission of this channel. Money, explained with the receipts on screen, not vibes. Next video, we're doing the same teardown on how buy now, pay later actually makes money, and it's sneakier than this one. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you there.